You know, when you're in an apartment, whether you're staying in a corporate apartment or your own apartment, you want to do some things to create more psychological space for yourself so that it really feels like you're coming home and not just to something that's going to steal your energy, right? So I've got 3 tips for you that I think are going to be very, very helpful for your apartment. Number 1, use light colors and mirrors. Have you ever gone into someone's home and you looked at a wall and it seemed like there was more space, and then you realized you were actually looking in a mirror? Mirrors are great for creating a visually more spatial place for you. I tend to use mirrors because I like to have more visual space. It helps me to feel a little bit more relaxed if I have more space, right? And light colors tend to be reflective. Now, you're not going to look at a light colored wall and go, oh yeah, I got more space there. But what we are going to do is the light colors, because they're reflective, they'll reflect the light in your apartment better. It will help to give more of an airy feel to your apartment, something that feels bigger than what you're actually standing in. Just a quick aside, if you're not able to paint your apartment walls, or you don't want to, use artwork that is a little lighter in color. That also can create the illusion of more space. During the day, you may want to keep your windows, your curtains, if you have curtains or if you've got mini blinds, keep them open so that it lets more light in. Because the more light you have in your apartment, the more spacious it's going to feel. The second thing I want to encourage you to do, and this kind of falls back a little to my earlier video where we talked about creating more storage space in your apartment. We're going to talk about clutter here in a little bit, but I really want to talk about how you arrange your furniture. Some people like to get those screens to create like different spaces, but you can create functional spaces just with your furniture. For example, you can set your couch in such a way that it walls off, in a sense, the space you want to create as your living space. And you can actually create a walkway in your apartment using the back of the couch or the sofa bed. Another thing you can do is rugs. Rugs are an amazing way to create functional space within your apartment. So it kind of gives a feel like this area is for one activity, whereas a space that doesn't have a rug would be for something different, right? Thinking about using bookshelves to get your storage to be more vertical, that's really important too, to create the illusion of a more vast, more spacious place that you have. Why? Because it helps you get things up off of the floor that could be taking room. Not only that, but then you can clear better pathways for directing traffic in your apartment, whether it's just your own traffic or it's traffic that you're having friends over or something along those lines, entertaining, if you will. Last but not least, have a space for everything. I know when I come home from work, I have a tendency to just put things on my bed. Like if I'm changing into something more comfortable after being at work, or I just did the laundry. So I work very hard that when I put something down, I'm putting it down in a place I'm going to find it again, where it's out of sight, but I know I'm going to see it again. Like clothes. Clothes can be a tremendous clutter. So make sure that you have you have designated places for different things, so that it just doesn't end up lying all over your apartment. Because when it's lying all over your apartment, it starts to feel cluttered and it starts to invade your psychological viewpoint of the space that you're in. In summary, the first thing that you want to do is you want to use light colors in mirrors, because mirrors can create the illusion of more space. How you arrange your furniture can also create the illusion of more space, creating pathways and designated areas for different functions in your life. Last but not least, definitely make time every week to put things away, make sure they're off the floor and in the spaces that you've designated. Now, if you have found these tips to be helpful, go ahead, hit that subscribe button and the bell so that you get notified the next time we have these wonderful tips that are helping you. Ciao!